This is the Heart Path Oracle cards. A 53 card deck. Nadine Gordon Taylor, Bear and Company. So a flip here. Cardstock, I mean, it's not bad. It's just, it's nothing. I have very low expectations now when I get a deck, like a mass-produced deck. So it's basically that kind of flimsy. It's got sturdiness, but there's no like. It would crease easily. So you probably wouldn't want to. I mean, these are kind of big cards anyway, so you probably couldn't shuffle them very well. So I read a little bit. I got to right here. What is it that I most need to know at this time? So, and that's pretty much what I like to do with these when I open them. And there's not really, I don't see any spreads. It looks like this is the only thing here. Past, present, future outcome. Going to go with what do we most need to know at this time? And here's the past. The space between your lives. If you can dream it, you can create it. Okay, ladybugs. Got the snake there. The card you have selected opens into a large atrium filled with books. There are all the books of your many lives. Looking up, you can see the universe. Behind that room is another space called the vestibulum. The guardian of this realm is Thoth, the Egyptian ibis god. He steps onto the threshold and is about to walk toward the inner chamber filled with books. He's presenting you with a chi energy ball that rests in his hands. A gazelle pokes its head into our space from a dimensional window. This opening reveals the large blue planet called Earth and some distant stars. Flanking it are two statues of Buddha atop two bookcases. Facing the viewer is a wooden table with a purple covering. On top sits an open book with a white rose growing from between the pages, its roots growing into the tabletop. The open pages of the book are imprinted with two golden ancient Egyptian ankhs. It is protected by a force field. Two winged angels hover on either side of the piece, each holding a ladybug. On the binding of the books are golden dots. Okay, now here's the message. It gave a thorough description here. Okay, that's good. That's good. Our message here. You have walked into the main hall of the Akashic Records for your appointment with Thoth. Your current book of life is open under an impenetrable energy force field. Only Thoth has the frequency key to unlock it. He is holding an orange healing energy chi ball to bring balance to your new genetics. My new genetics. To communicate with him, you must enter an altered state. Become aware of your breath and breathe slowly. Now listen with your heart, not your mind. The earth plane is where you have been assigned to play out the story or karma of your life. It is on this plane that you live deep within your cellular programming, your unconscious. You must blindly navigate this home since you emerge here through the parent portal. You forget all you once knew. It is on Earth that you will be allowed to start a new beginning, ascension, one in which you are free from any negative forces. You will have the opportunity to become self-reliant and responsible for all you do and think. You will no longer blame anyone for anything, for what happens individually or collectively. You will take back your power that was lost long ago. You have completed very important lessons in this life and are about to embark on a new journey. Listen to the wisdom of the two Buddhas for balance and tranquility. Your gazelle has you focus on beauty and swiftness, and the ladybugs give you strength for the trip. You will be accessing esoteric information and deep and personal evolutionary insights. Always remember that you are not alone. You are always accompanied by your personal angels. They are here with you to make sure you hear the loving message from your higher self, source. The affirmation, I can access all I need to know through square breathing. Breathe in for a count of 4, hold for a count of 4, release for a count of 4, and hold for the count of 4. All right, well, that's a big message for the past. So there's the gazelle, the portal. That's pretty cool, actually. The portal there. The rose. Okay, the onyx. Okay. So yeah, a lot of imagery there. Okay, so that was our past. Okay, so present. What is our present? Spiritual DNA. Serious alchemy is afoot. All right, so in preparation for the verbal explanation of this picture, well, we've got ducks. We've got kind of an eyeball-looking flower that turns into some human-esque beings. We've got some like hawk wing. Oh, okay. That's the duck. Okay. Duck wings. We got some space action. Okay, oddly enough, that is actually the next card in the book. Okay, I did that on purpose. No, I didn't. Okay, the card you have selected, this is our present moment now, shows a 3-headed mallard duck. So it's okay. So it's not 3 ducks, it's a 3-headed duck. With its wings spread open, on each of the 3 heads is a golden disc placed over the 3rd eye. 3 yellow-orange discs hang just under their heads. On the back of the duck is a pink rose with some blue petals in the center of the flower. In the middle of the rose, what looks like an eye. The center of the eye is the black-eyed Susan. Okay, that's funny. I remember Black-Eyed Susan, I think, from my, the floral deck I have. Okay. The flower is partially covered by the transparent petals of the rose. 5 figures with their arms upstretched to form a heart grow from the rose petals. The center figure is the tallest, with delicate rays coming out of its head. To the right of this figure is another figure with rays coming out of its head. On the top, in the top background, there is a deep blue star-filled night sky where 3 discs form a triangle behind and above the figures. In the top center disc is a small golden disc emanating 6 golden rays. 2 rays continue down the side of the duck to the center beak, forming a diamond-like shape, a convex quadrilateral, almost a rhombus. A blue transparent sphere hovers to its right. Strands of organic fibers interlace behind the figures to overlap to form the letters DNA. The fibers continue to the lower half of the composition, which has now turned to light greens, blues, lavenders. Suspended on and off this section are 6 small spheres. So the message: there is serious alchemy afoot in your life. Yes, alchemy, the mysterious process used in medieval times that turned base metal into gold. I am using the word more symbolically as a metamorphosis. Power or process of transforming something common into something special. Something magical is happening. You are changing. You are having powerful epiphanies, and suddenly things are making sense. Intuitive insights are manifesting even when you are doing the most mundane activities. Allow these visions to come into your sphere through your creative endeavors. Whether or not you know it, your life is having a huge impact on future generations. Never doubt your power. Have faith that higher forces are guiding you to let go and take risks. Although family is important to you, your path leads you outside the circle. Your loyal ducks will make sure the transition will be gentle and smooth. Everything is in perfect order to launch you into that which you always wanted. You just have to trust that you know what that is. The card suggests that your DNA is being restructured. Yes, that's possible. There are small spheres of energy floating in the background. These are the thought forms of your guides. You are able to hear and translate them on a subtle level, especially when you meditate or allow theta brainwaves to dominate. They are helping you to acknowledge your true self. These thought forms might not be in a language you are accustomed to, but nonetheless, you understand them. The golden rays are sending out a frequency with which you are able to connect, and they have activated that which is necessary for your work here. This is a time of new beginnings. Climb on board. The affirmation: I have the key to unlock all the information stored in my DNA. Boy, okay. This is an interesting deck. I like it. It's just, I see that each card is pretty much like, the message is like a book. Not in length per se, but it just addresses a lot of deep topics in these messages. So, what is our future? What do we have on our future card here? Spiritual slumber. Now is the time to wake up. Okay, we got a lot of people, silhouettes there. Butterfly. Okay, wow. Butterflies. So I guess, I mean, are we not? Okay. That's the next page. I did shuffle the cards. So I don't know why. I don't know how that happened, but anyway. So I mean, maybe it's the way I shuffle them that I don't know how they would have stayed in order, though. Well, I mean, I don't know what order they were in the box. All right, anyway. The card you have selected depicts a woman holding the earth. Her eyes are closed. She is on the verge of waking up. Her third eye is coming to life, and it is releasing 8 rays. 3 monarch butterflies and 3 golden rings surround her head. A golden halo is directly behind her head, with 2 very thin golden rings surrounding it. A subtle blue light is emanating from her crown chakra and traveling into the dark blue starry sky. As the sky descends to the horizon, it turns a beautiful purple. A gray pyramid with 12 visible horizontal lines is positioned in the distance behind the woman. Below the pyramid are 2 blue human-like, shadow-like shapes in front of a group of hazy figures. Inside the woman is another presence, the body elemental with its eyes closed. Its third eye, covered by a golden circle with a black dot in the middle, is emphasized. It is bluish-gray and has its hands placed over the heart chakra in prayer position. A circular white light surrounds its hands, which steady the planet Earth with a thin blue thread. The planet is turned so that Africa is directly facing the viewer. Our message: the huge gray pyramid planet in the background symbolizes your journey from the earthly to the heavenly realm, otherwise known as enlightenment. The veil of forgetfulness that was put in place when you were born is lifting. It is important that you let go of anything that does not serve you and throws you off balance. Your 3 monarch butterflies represent an inner and outer makeover. They focus on health, healing, happiness. 3 is a special number. It shows that all your hard work will pay off in ways you don't quite understand yet. The small figure inside the larger figure is your body elemental. It signed up with you on this journey and is in direct connection with your higher self. Along with the butterflies, it is instrumental in aiding your self-healing process. Connect with your heart and tap into the creative flow of the universe. Meditate on your many helpers from Source and ask them to support your efforts to be a healer. Believe in and follow your intuition. It will always lead you to the truth. You have a great responsibility holding up the earth. Maybe it is time to allow others to help you. You are entering a time of transformation and promising new adventures. Follow your pyramid to power and illumination. Our affirmation: I eagerly accept my role to help guide and balance planet Earth and all beings that reside on it. All right, that is the future. Another complex, deep message there. And so what is our outcome here? All right. They pulled a landscape portrait switch on me. Typically, if I know a deck of cards does this, I don't buy it because that drives me insane. But okay, I'll go with it. This is a cool image. Revelation, sing your song. So that's a nice outcome, just without even reading the book. Okay. So here we go. Okay, we're going to see if it's the next page. Okay, no. It is not the next page. That was going to be really freaky. I mean, 3 was freaky enough. Revelation. The card you have selected shows 2 beautiful buntings. They are sitting in front of 2 portals on either side of a large open eye with a blue iris. Each bird sits in front of 2 circular portals. 3 bluish-green undulating rings outside the portals. The branches in front of each bird form a Hopi symbol for homecoming. Below them, hidden in the bushes, are two more colorful buntings. Above the large eye is a blue rose. Behind the blue rose are the moon and a satellite rotating around the moon. The branches in the foreground are budding and some flowers have bloomed. Okay. Our message: buntings speak of intelligence and knowledge, but not just data collecting. They represent an awakening of higher truths. Their sweet singing voice symbolizes an awareness of the vibration that emanate from your voice and the power it has to affect your reality. Always have something beautiful, optimistic, helpful, encouraging, and positive to say. Be pure of mind and speak from the heart. This colorful bird reminds you to add color and vitality into your routine. The life you are presently experiencing is changing. Soon you will not recognize it. You are on your way to restructuring your very existence. You are uncovering knowledge that has been buried deep inside your DNA and is now ready to be revealed. You have a partner either here on this plane or just on the other side of the veil, balancing and guiding you to your awakening. There is a time to act and there is a time to reflect. Ready yourself. Take whatever time you need to prepare for this amazing transformation. You are part of a flock of like-minded people who are here for you. Some have already manifested and some will reveal themselves soon. Sing the song you've come here to sing. Strong vibrations of love and balance surround you. Our affirmation: I draw strength and love from my partner on the other side of the veil. Oh, so this is the next day. I pulled these last night and it was just a lot for each card. And so yeah, had to let it sit a while. But one thing that was interesting to me was the present. As I was reading it, this DNA stuff stuck out to me because last week the video was this. I did a reading, like a little message with this, and it was, I don't know, it just, there was a different vibe to it, and I really liked this deck. So a few days later, and for me personally, I thought, hey, I kind of like that deck, and I thought I would pull myself a card just for grins, just to see what kind of message I could get for me. And fortunately, yeah, I didn't pull the river or waterfall card since I kept pulling those. But anyway, I pulled this card. So when I read this, that was really like, that stuck out to me. So I thought for grins I would read this. Karma, a concept in many Eastern religions, is a Sanskrit word for implying the greater universal laws of cause and effect, providing an implied code of ethics within the structure of the seemingly endless cycles of birth, death, and rebirth, samsara, which we experience throughout our lives. In many different versions, the mistaken notion about karma is that it's some kind of punishment, but it's far from that. In fact, in its purest form, it simply asserts that our conduct in this lifetime will determine our next incarnation. It has also come to mean how our behavior and actions in this lifetime create consequences in a slightly different version of the golden rule. We not only carry our soul's karma into this lifetime, but also embedded in the complex coding of our DNA is our genetic ancestral karma. The double helix structure of DNA contains codes that have been passed down from our parents and grandparents as well as our ancestors. Therefore, we have some of the same genetic information that comes from the DNA of very early humans. In this card, we see two intertwined serpents with double helixes on either side. Variations of this archetypal image exist in many cultures, both traditional and contemporary. It's a graphic representation of the most ancient ancestry we can lay claim to. Our DNA, the fundamental substance of life itself that provides substantial determination of our life path. Aspects of your soul entered your primitive physical self long before you had begun to take form. While the DNA that you inherited from your biological parents has a physical component, it also has a soul pattern that came together in the creation of you. You are predisposed to follow the karmic dictates of this patterning to some extent, yet as you evolve in your consciousness and expand the light of awareness, you can make choices that shift and modify this ancestral design. This is one of those times. You can feel the tug of your soul that is both ancient and karmic, yet you also recognize the persistent and loving communication from your higher self that contradicts the more familiar solutions before you. The choice is up to you, but know that every time you heed the guidance of your higher self, no matter what etheric or physical form it takes, human consciousness is elevated. In a sense, it becomes a choice between destiny and fate. That last sentence there kind of doesn't make sense to me, but so what stuck out to me also was I felt like I was getting kind of weighed down with all the messages, and then I just noticed just the name of the card, the space between your lives, for this past card. I thought, well, that really makes sense. Like it's like I felt like there was some overlap with these cards, and it's like we're getting out of this space, like this meantime, and at this present time, it's coming to the next plateau, like the next it's coming to the next step. So yeah, being that I drew this card and the other card, I just felt like that was significant. And but yeah, I mean, this is nice. The revelation is our final outcome. Also in landscape form. So that's it didn't bother me for some reason as much. Usually that's always bothered me when decks do that, but it's also kind of interesting that it's like it's the only card here. So yeah, I feel like this is just saying what's going on now, and it's like this is the what comes out of this, but it's almost kind of like I feel like these two are together. Anyway, I really like these cards. The more I look at them, a lot of color. So I hope this message was meaningful to you. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.